I think it's well guided by let us just say the Nigerian spirit, the black man's spirit, because Nigeria is a symbol of the black man's power, whether we like it or not. Even if some countries, some African countries appear to be doing better in terms of, the practice of democracy, in terms of the practice of the rule of law and due process, say Ghana and South Africa, Nigeria is still looked upon as a leader. Even when Mandela was alive, he said that Nigeria is a flag bearer and they are disappointing Africa. So I think that is part of the reason for the resilience of the average Nigerian. Because the burden of the black man lies on his shoulders. If he gets too angry because of the reign of impunity, because of the misbehavior of politicians, and then there is a dismantling of society, the crisis that will be set in the whole West African sub-region will be so horrendous that the world can't handle it. I think that is part of the culture of resilience that we have imbibed over time. Let us take the shock as much as possible that somewhere along the line, a solution will emerge. And the solution is not too far away. If we can get a negligible population, a negligible few persons in this country to accept that what has happened between Yugoslavia and Croatia, what has happened among the two Czechs, that's the Czechs and the Slovaks, and several other communities in Europe in the last 1 decade, where people could not agree to stay together, and then they just separated peacefully until we agree that is the solution to the Nigerian crisis. We are not heading anywhere. What we take control will be impunity, will be lawlessness at the highest order, as we have seen today.
Is that the only solution, Professor Unah?
That is the practical solution. The story that what is making it difficult is crude oil. Let crude oil vanish today. You will find that everybody wants to go to his tent.
Professor Unah, before you go, let's walk through some proverbs. There's this one that says, the axe that contends with the rock will suffer a blunt edge. Who does this apply to in the struggle to strangulate the Nigerian state?
Well, it will affect more practically the ordinary man who cannot body flight to leave Nigeria in a split second. And so the political actors that are creating this confusion have a way of disappearing when the crisis erupts. So that is the situation.
The age of Methuselah has nothing to do with the wisdom of Solomon. I hope philosophers are not referring to President Muhammadu Buhari.
Well, the adage was made long ago, even before Buhari was born. So if his life strategy approximates that adage, then it is not the making of the philosopher. It is the making of the circumstances of his leadership.
What does this proverb mean to you?
What that simply means is that age or longevity is not synonymous with omniscience. It's not synonymous necessarily with wisdom. Wisdom can reside in the brain of an old man, but it can also reside in the intellectual capacity and ability to act of a young person. It's not an adage that says that only the young man can provide the solution. And I'm amazed at the rate of celebrating the not too young to rule bill that is being pushed around. Have Nigerian youth demonstrated that they are better than their parents? Like the argument that more women should come to power. How many women in power have fought corruption to a standstill in their own little domain? Say that the more women we get, the less corruption we will have. We leave issues we are pursuing shadows. We are talking about youth. Which youth? Are they ready? The youth that are not ready to do serious work, you give them assignment, they will not do it. That's the frivolity that you find all over the place. I will endorse and support a woman of character, a woman of timber and caliber, a woman who can say no to rubbish and stand by it. I will not support a person because he's just a woman or a man. If you are a man, you have no principle, you are as good as nothing. If you're a woman, you have no principle, you are as good as nothing. If you are a youth, you have no principle, you have no character, you have not demonstrated competence in your choosing career, it's as good as nothing.
Until philosophers become kings or kings become philosophers, the society would know no peace. Please break this down before you go.
Well, what it simply means is that you need a spiritual power and discipline, moral discipline.
Private sector, no doubt, has been able to institutionalize certain ideals. Adam Soshomole did his. But the picture of Edo State is a state struggling for development, like many states in Nigeria. You don't see, I have not gone to any state in Nigeria where you just driving in and you feel that calmness of a developed society. It's the same story, bad roads, rowdy traffic, motor parks, roads being turned to motor parks, disorderly society. When you see that, it's a sign that the society is devoid of love. Love is calm. That's why when you drive into Tokyo, in Japan, there's this feeling of love. When you drive into certain developed societies, the way their environments are beautiful, it talks about certain level of love. It's never absolute, but it should be domineering. So, I await your call on WhatsApp 080 999 18449. That's the number to call for me to hear your voice. I was talking about what love does to the body. You see, when there is love, there are certain hormones it releases within you, and it will reduce stress and promote happiness. When you love your wife, you love your children, when you love your husband, there's that feeling that comes. A loving heart reduces the emotional burden of anger, resentment, and fear, leading to mental clarity and emotional stability. Yes. I can make this point from my study of certain old persons. I told you, I like old persons, especially when they are brilliant. And when I'm talking about brilliant, it's not about PhD. You can be locally intelligent. It's not about the grammar you speak. The ideas you speak. Okay, somebody's in class. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Edmond.
Yes, your name and where you're calling from.
Good morning, Edmond.
Yes, good morning.
My name is Alabika.